Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about the inner class in Python. So let's start with today's lecture, that is inner class in Python. So what is a concept of inner class? Let's start with the slide. Um, so what could happen that we may have one class with some properties, with some behavior or methods. So here at the property section, you may have another class. So object of the inner class could be just outside the class. The object of the inner class could be set inside the class in Python. So you could see over here that there could be one outer class, it has some properties, and it could hold another class that is called the inner class and can be accessed outside and inside the class respectively. So let's start with one example over here. You would see that employee has some skills. Here you could see that there are two classes, employee could hold some skills. So these two classes could be defined like employee is going to have some properties, employee ID, employee name, and employee skills. You could see over here that each skill is again having some more attributes like skill name and skill ID. Okay, so by the definition of the class, you know already that a class could have some attributes and it could have some behaviors. So what could happen over here, uh, that you can define one outer class and one inner class. This is the uh, outer class, sorry, the employee is the outer class and skill is the inner class of the employee. So employee is the outer class and skill is the inner class. So both is holding some attributes and both could be defined like that, because skill is a class that is only associated with the class employee. So we may define it like that. So let's code it in the Python, but how you can define the outer and the inner class. By the keyword of class, you are going to define one class employee, and here I can define some properties like self dot name, and I'm going to give some static values right now. E self dot eid is equal to 1. All right, so that's it. We can define some attributes, and I'm going to attach it with a constructor that is the name of init, and these attributes are going to be defined over here. Now, if I want to create one object like e1 is equal to e employee, what is the constructor, and after that, I'm going to print e1 dot id. You see over here, e is Ali and the employee ID is 1. Okay, employee is also holding some skills. So for by the definition, skill is having some attributes. So instead of defining one variable, I could define a complete class over here. That is called the inner class. So how would I define it? I can define it with the keyword class, and the e skill is the class name. After that, I can uh, find some skills, skills dot skill name equal to and skill ID is equal to I'm just hard coding the values right now. I can define one function over here, show, and print the values over here. Self dot scale self dot okay, so cannot define the leading zero indentation errors. Indentation errors are very important. Indentation errors. So I hope all the indentation errors have been resolved. Server skill name is equal to Python and it's not right. So I'm just choosing these variables. So that's it. Okay, so this is my inner class skill ID, skill, and this is my outer class. Now, if I want to access my inner class over here, how I would access it? I could simply write self dot, uh, for example, sk is equal to that's all. So that is how I can access my uh, uh, inner class over here. After, if I want to access it over here, I will do it by writing e1 dot a dot id. This is not defined. Have to add self dot. Okay. So the error has been resolved. Here, see, the skill ID one is accessed over here. So inner class is accessed inside the class like that. We have to define it inside the class. If I want to access my inner class um, here, so how I could do it? I have to access it like this: employee dot skill, and after that, I can access it like that. Dot employee dot skill. Okay. Employee e1 dot skill ID. Skill ID error. ID. See, so it means that you can directly access your init class like that outside the class. But if you want to access it inside, then you can do it in this way. And you have to write the statement over here that self.std equals self.std. So there are two ways through which you can access your class. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.